Hey, this is Ryan from Web Eminence. 1&1 is a popular web hosting company and website builder based in Europe, and it's become more popular in the US over the last several years to now be one of the most popular web hosts in the US. So since I've reviewed most of the other website builders that are popular in the US and in other countries, I thought it was time to review this one as well. So the team at 1&1 was nice enough to give me an account so I can do a review on it and share it with you guys. This is the 1&1 My Website Plus, which is their website builder. You can check out my blog post for current pricing, and I'll probably show that real quick at the end of the video. So jumping right into the dashboard here, I logged into the 1&1 control panel, and one thing I noticed right away is that they have an online business card, and all you have to do is go through a few steps and you can quickly customize a business card, which is kind of a temporary landing page. So that's a good option for people who are going to take some time to build their website, because you can get something displaying on your website quick so that when people go to your domain, it's not just totally blank. So if you click Create Website from the dashboard, they'll ask you a few questions about your business, and then they take you to this page where you can choose a website template. And they have these templates here, and it looks like there's 30 pages with more than 10 on a page, so there are over 300 to choose from, and they divide them into different categories. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose one of these. If I click on one, they show the different versions, tablet and mobile. Some free images are included, some stock images. So I'm going to click Start with this design, and then it says it's preparing the website. So there's a little tutorial that pops up for the first time. Welcome to your website builder. So just a quick overview of the interface itself. I like that there's a really large workspace here. It has a top bar where it looks like you can switch between the pages. Yeah, these are the pages on the website. You can switch between the different views. So here's a mobile view. Looks like you can manipulate the builder, the page itself within that view. Tablet and then desktop. So I'll stick with the desktop version for this review. There is an undo button and a redo, a preview tool, and you can access HTML and CSS by clicking this icon up here. And it does look like that gives you access to pretty much all the code, which is a nice feature. You don't get that in all website builders. So you won't have to mess with this code at all, but for those who are familiar with HTML and or CSS, you will have access to that to make some more customizations this way. So if we look at the actual workspace here, you can see it's a grid design with a header that has columns. There's a logo up here. It's like it was just placed. So it's not really a free flow design like you'd get with Wix. It's more like Weebly, where there are columns and rows, and then you place things within those dividers. So you can drag these sections to add margin or spacing. Just trying to look at this section here to get an idea for how it works. Here's a bar you can drag to add spacing. Looks like these text boxes here are each an individual line. So I'd have to click on each one to edit it. So that's just how they designed this section. If you wanted to change this background image, I can't really figure that out. So if I click on it, it opens the column, which has a background image that's not set. So it's not entirely obvious like how this image was customized. I'm just kind of clicking around for a few minutes here to try to figure it out. And I think I just found it. So there's a row here, and then there's columns inside a row. So this row has 3 columns. There's 2 on the outside that are empty. So you actually have to click on a row right here, and it opens some settings for the row, including edit design, which allows me to then see that background image, which I can edit. A bunch of other settings within the row design, like spacing. Under style, there's that background image. You can do a color or video for the black background. You can make it parallax, scroll, change the position, and then some other things here. There's also settings for each column as well. Here I'm getting text options for this text block that was added. So I wouldn't say it's super intuitive, but just clicking around a few minutes, I'm able to figure things out. So that's kind of how the main workspace functions, the grid layout, and then on the left side is all the tools that you're going to use to build your site. So under design, there's a number of global design options, like you can change text options, and this is going to affect the entire site. So this is like your main text. You can change, looks like different heading texts that are used throughout the design. So one change here will change everything on your site. You can change button design throughout your site. You can change images. You can change the row settings throughout your site. Site background, and then site layout has settings as well. The pages menu is where you're going to create your pages and customize some settings for each page, like the URL. There's some SEO options for the page, and you can also set a password. This is probably where you go to rearrange the pages in your main menu. There's a pop-up option here. I'm not sure what that is. If I click pop-up, looks like you can add pop-ups to different pages maybe. So that's an interesting feature that you don't see too often on website builders. Pop-ups are kind of a usability issue sometimes, so you may want to consider whether or not you want to use pop-ups, but it is kind of nice to have that option if you're interested. So widgets is an important section because that's where you're going to add all these items, pieces of content to your site. So here they divide it by popular ones like text, image, icon, click to call, map, photo gallery, button. So you're going to use these probably the most to build your site. They have a basics section which has a few more. These are kind of the building blocks of your site: 1 column, 2, 3, and 4 columns. There's some media widgets like image sliders and photo galleries, and there's some business widgets like PayPal, restaurant menu, online scheduling, and there's some social widgets here. So just to give you a taste of how you would add content to a page, you can add a section here, or you can drag one of these widgets like a 3-column section and then drop it, and then it gives you 3 empty columns. And then you should be able to drag other widgets to those columns like text, and you can then select that text and type something in there or paste. You could select the text and then use this bar here to change options like the color. Go back to widgets. I could drag an image to one of the sections or the columns. And then maybe I'll try dragging a map here to the 3rd section. So you see how quickly you can build and just drag elements to the work area. And obviously, like I showed you, there's a lot of things you can customize for each section and for each piece of content. So that's the widgets section. Obviously I could spend a lot of time going through all these, but it looks like they do have everything most people will need to build a basic business website. The next section is content, and here's where you manage content for your site, like images and files. It's got form responses, and then just business info. They have a find and replace option, which is nice. I don't see that on too many website builders, where you can search for something on your site, like an address, for example, if your address is changing, and just change it throughout your entire site. The next section is called Personalize. This is definitely a unique feature that you don't see too often on website builders, but it allows you to customize the experience for different visitors depending on certain rules. For example, a special promotion that might be running for everyone for a short period of time, visitors in maybe a certain location or nearby you, first-time visitors, returning visitors, other special events, or even based on timing. So like off hours, you could display something different than during your normal business hours, for example. So here's a special promotion personalization where it has an end time and a timing to it, and then there's different triggers that you can set up for the rules. Here's the visitors nearby. It says if a visitor is on mobile or tablet and reaches a site from Las Vegas, for example, then display a coupon. Here's one called menu, where, for example, if a visitor comes to the site between 6 and 8, then you can display a specific coupon. Or if they come between 12 and 4, you can display the lunch menu. So it just gives you an idea of what you can do. It's pretty cool. It's a great feature that would be useful for a lot of people. A lot of people just wouldn't do that because they don't have the option. even in like WordPress sites. That's not easy to do, but you could probably get a plugin to do that. So this is a pretty nice feature, one of probably my favorite things that I'm seeing so far in this one-in-one website builder, and probably just a great way to increase conversions and positive results from your website, which is what everyone's probably looking for from their website anyway. The next section is blog, so you can add a blog to your site. Here's where you would manage posts, create a new post. So here's how you add a new post. It has a title, subtitle, and you could put images in and text. So it's similar to the normal website builder, but just a little bit more simple. So you can also import posts, go to blog settings, and then edit the post design. So this would be editing the actual template for a blog post, and I believe it would then affect all of your posts. And here's what they look like on this actual design. Each design you could choose is probably going to have a little bit different blog design to it, but then you can customize them in these different ways. So if I wanted to preview the blog, I could just click preview in the upper right hand corner, which takes me to the current page I was on, which looks like it was the blog. And here's what a sample blog post looks like, with the title, a featured image, text, and then the different blogs below. It looks like there's a text issue here that could probably be fixed easily. So then I click back to editor to get back to the website builder itself. Last section is settings. So it looks like there's site icon in here, social networks image, home screen icon. You can change the site URL, manage some SEO, search engine optimization settings like the title, description, and keywords. There's URL redirect. You can enter some header HTML. There's a backup site option, which is nice. It looks like you can download a backup and then restore them from here. There are some site language options, privacy settings, and a 404 error page customization. So that's my quick overview of the one-in-one My Website Builder. I did promise to show you the pricing. Obviously these can change, but it's pretty easy to get started at a couple dollars a month, and then it goes up to $7 a month is their lowest package. Currently you could check out my website or go to the link below this video to get to one-in-one and check out their current pricing. I was showing you the plus package, so some of the things I showed you probably were included in that, like the personalization, industry specific features are included in the basic package, and you do need the basic package to have a domain and email address included. The online business card is included in every package, and the drag and drop editor is included in every package as well. So overall, I'd say it is a pretty good option. You can watch my other videos on some other popular website builders like Wix and Weebly to compare. The pricing is similar, and they may have some features or advantages over the one-in-one website builder. Like Weebly is super easy to use. Wix has a lot of design flexibility, but I think this one-in-one website builder has everything people will need. And if you're already with one-in-one for hosting or something, adding this website builder should be a good option. It has a lot of cool features that you're probably not going to find other places, like the personalization I mentioned, and then the ability to quick launch an online business card in a few minutes just to get something online pretty fast. I would say one downside is it's not super intuitive. It'll just take a little bit more time clicking around to see how that grid works and to find all the different settings, but they do give you plenty of control. The designs are tasteful, modern, and there's plenty of them, so you should be able to find something that's going to work for your business. So hopefully that helps you on your exploration to find a website builder and gives you some specific info on the one-in-one website builder. Make sure to like this video if you found it useful. Check out some of my other reviews on website builders, and I'll link to my website builder playlist at the end of this video, and we'll see you on the next video.